I'm delighted to be joined by boxing legend Victor Ortiz. You're going to be making the switch to BKB. I think everybody's excited to see you in the bare knuckle because you have such a ferocious style. You've given us so many great fights over the years. One in particular I wanted to talk about first was that win, that WBC title victory against Andre Berto. Can you tell me all about it? And going into the fight as well, where you were talking to Oscar De La Hoya and you were adamant that you were going to beat Berto.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an amazing experience, an amazing fight. The way that fight actually took place was I had fought against Marcos Maidana. Um, they had pretty much forced me to put my titles on the line. At the time, I had a broken wrist. I had told the promoter, hey, we got to cancel this fight. I broke my wrist in three places.
Wow.
So the ulna, the tendon, the cartilage. And of course, they said, well, Victor, the contract signed. You can't take the time off. If you do, you're going to get sued. I'm like, dude, my wrist is broken. It didn't matter. They made me fight. I took on the fight. I shot up cortisone. I managed to put my Dana down a few times. He put me down too. The difference was, though, it was double impact when he dropped me because I was thinking after I put him down, I'm going to come finish him, but he caught me with a straight right, put me down. When he put me down, the difference was I don't remember getting up. It was double impact, man. I was coming in, he caught me, boom, I went down. I got up from allegedly, I got up. I've never seen the fight. Till the day, I've never seen it. I got up and allegedly, apparently, I went 6 rounds, winning the whole fight. No boxing was involved, just a street fight. My eye was ripped open, cracked head open. I don't remember any of this. Apparently, I was being victorious until I got dropped again, I guess. And 6 rounds comes in. The referee stopped it due to my eyes bleeding or something. Fight was over, and from there they wouldn't give me the rematch. They said that Marcos had never been dropped like that ever in his career, and he doesn't want to experience that again, allegedly. So he will not give me the rematch. And I was forced to either step away or step aside. I had my two jobs working for Red Bull, working for construction, going to college. I had adopted my younger brother. It was a hard time. So I said, you know what? No. I went on my Red Bull van, in my Red Bull uniform. I showed up to Golden Boy offices and I said, hey, I want Andre Berto. They said, there was a guy that said, Victor, if you take that fight, it's going to be career suicide. And I go, career suicide? Are you serious? Yeah, Victor, just don't take that fight, don't take that fight. It's going to be career suicide. I was like, I don't care. Send me the contract. So in that month of getting ready for that fight, nobody ever showed up to training camp in Ventura, California. No interview. There was one guy who interviewed me, only one guy. We still keep in contact. Good person. Other than that, nobody believed nothing. I 3 weeks later, I'm in Connecticut, and pretty much I was 0 to 14 odds of winning anything. A lot of the people from Golden Boy the Head did not show up to that fight because they went to go to London to watch Amir Khan fight. They were so secure that I was going to get beat. They made sure that they didn't bring an extra belt. Usually when you're fighting for the championship, the belt has to be brought just in case the champion loses. They have an extra one. They were so secure that I was going to lose that fight. They didn't bring an extra belt. I ended up being victorious that night after a war with an actual brutal warrior, champion, pound for pound behind Floyd Mayweather. Actually, pound for pound. Not made up, actually. Andre Berto. I dethroned him, and then I called out Floyd next. Yeah, so Floyd actually accepted, but everything was on his terms. He walked out second. First was for him. But here's the thing: I wasn't in it for the purse. I mean, yes, it would have helped me tremendously. I was in there to end a guy's career who thinks he's been the best pound for pound for many years. I've never seen that. I still don't. I mean, hey, kudos to what he's done in the boxing game, but I don't see someone like Floyd Mayweather being a pound for pound. I mean, people get mad at me for speaking my truth, but that's my opinion. People have their opinion, I have mine, and I rest on my opinion. I carry my opinion. At the end of the day, hey, good for him. He's done some good things in the boxing game. Not in my ring, not against me, but it is what it is. It was over. It was done with. Life moved on, and here we are. I ended up taking a step toward BKB because this is the first company who I see that has ever treated any fighter with respect of where he needs to be, loyalty, transparency. That's important. That's key. A lot of these promotions, managements, they don't do that no more. Maybe they did once upon a time, but I don't see it. So I stepped away from something like that of that caliber because I found something better. Now, down the line, if boxing does come back for some reason and they want to mix it up, let's do it. I don't run, I don't hide, I don't dance. So, whatever God has for me is going to come to fruition.
100%. I mean, you referenced Floyd Mayweather there, and a two-part question for you. I mean, we've seen Floyd in the ring with so many great fighters, and there's loads who just can't get anywhere near him, but that wasn't the case with you. You were great that night. You were having success. You were landing punches, and then obviously he throws that cheap shot. But I always wondered if you could have won had the fight continued. So can you tell me a little bit about what would have transpired if the fight had carried on? And secondly, if you could fight Floyd in BKB, how do you think that would go down?
Well, I'll make this very easy and very simple. If Floyd and I would have fought, the fight would have continued that night. I told Floyd, and I meant it at the press conference, we're not going to go 12 rounds. I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to do you like Chavez did your uncle, Roger. And when I said that, he came at me, gun, and grabbed me by the throat. I said, what? I'm just being honest, bro. I'm going to knock you out. That's all I'm saying. They didn't take it lightly, but I was honest. I meant what I said. I meant what I said. I was going to knock him out. That's what I was looking at. Now, BKB, me versus Floyd. Oh man, night night, bro. I'll put you to sleep.
I mean, you can definitely punch very hard. So with the bare knuckles, I can imagine you doing some serious damage. Can you tell me about your aspirations in BKB? Any dream opponents that you want to fight?
At this point in time, I will let my team work on all that. I'll just focus and get ready for whatever they have coming my way. I told them like this, playing around, but not really. I'll be the bowling ball. They could just line up the pins.
Absolutely. I mean, we've talked about some of the legends you've been in with. Somebody else who you shared the ring with in sparring, Manny Pacquiao. Now, I believe Freddie Roach said that you versus Pacquiao in sparring is the most entertaining rounds he's ever seen. So what can you tell me about those rounds with Pacquiao? Why were they so entertaining?
Legendary, brother. I will say the legendary, man. And someone like Coach Freddie Roach, he knows me very well. I'll say it like this. May Diego Chico Corrales rest in peace, but Coach Joe Goosen, he saw me mix it up in there too with all these legends back when I was 16. So they have stories for you, bro. Coach Clemente has stories with Edwin Valero and myself too, May he rest in peace also. But hey, I put on some great clinics,
Yeah, I've heard you've been electric in sparring over the years. It's been amazing to see how well you've done in combat sports, but you're a talented guy. You can do more than just box. You can act a little bit. Can you tell me about the first time Sylvester Stallone got in contact with you? Because I believe you hung up the phone because I don't think you even believed it was him.
I mean, yes, I received a phone call. I mean, who's gonna, out of all the people in the world, you answer a phone call, it's your next tell. How do you think or know that the guy on the other line is Rocky Balboa calling you? You're not going to put that together. I mean, it sounded like him, but I thought I was being pranked because my buddies prank me all the time. I was not having it. I was like, hey, like, realistically, don't be calling this number, man. Calling me, like, pranking me. What's wrong with you? So I hung up. My grammar wasn't as polite. Calls me again. Hey, Victor, I just want to talk to you. I was like, no, look, homie. I said, look, homie. Gosh, man. Look, homie. Whoa, whoa. I didn't know. The third phone call it was Victor, I got your phone number from so and so from Gush. And I go, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, who is this? I'm Sylvester Stallone. Mind you, I don't know who Sylvester Stallone is at the time. I know who Rocky is. I know who Rambo is. And I'm like, oh my goodness. You sound a lot like Rocky Balboa, sir. Rocky, he was a character, Victor, Wait a minute. It doesn't make sense to me. So, man, yeah, bro, it was crazy. This story would take a little long to tell, but man, I just beyond fortunate that Rocky Balboa himself called me, gave me a movie opportunity, opened a whole new career path for me, which is why I didn't fight on the undercard of Canelo and Mayweather. Because I told at the time, I told the company that we were all with, I said, look, it'd be equivalent to you fighting on the undercard of Sugar Shane Mosley versus Fernando Vargas. I said, I'm not going to do that. I said, would you do that? Well, they listen, boxing, it's boxing, Victor. And I said, nah, that's not cool. I said, I'll fight Floyd in the rematch, or I'll fight Cinnamon Rolls, okay, Canelo. I said, but I'm not fighting underdogs. A little bit of pride too, not gonna lie. I was young, naive, just a lot of growing to do from my behalf. Still a little bitter about how the ending took place between Floyd and I. So I took on the movie role instead. That was offered by Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, it's amazing that you got this movie role. You've been in the Expendables. You've been in Southpaw. Do you have a favorite behind the scenes story from your acting career?
Uh, some of my favorite um, times behind the scenes were with Jason Statham. We'd go and grab food. If it wasn't with him, it was pranking Harrison Ford. If it wasn't Harrison Ford, he's lecturing me. If it wasn't with him, it was with Kelsey Grammer. Oh man! And of course, Antonio Banderas acting like Puss in Boots in the back. It was so funny. It was great, man. Just good memories, good moments. And of course, Wesley Snipes acting like Blade on set. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is cool, dude. This is crazy. It was just an overall like amazing thing. Not every day you get to be on set and see someone like Iceman, aka Arnold Schwarzenegger, right next to you talking the whole time. You know,
Yeah, I imagine it must have been absolutely insane. It's crazy to look at where you are now. You've won a WBC world title. You're about to fight in BKB. You've done amazing things in the acting world. But at one point, you were just another kid with a dream. Can you tell me about going into the gym and meeting Ron Lyle and ultimately ended up meeting Robert Garcia as well? How those two people came into your life?
Ron Lyle was the man who got me to that point was Ignacio Avila, aka Ignacio Avila is aka Bucky. So if you ever have me seeing where Bucky was the man who raised me growing up boxing as a lefty. I'm right-handed, but I fight lefty. Because of Bucky, he transferred me to lefties. Because of him, he told me to leave Kansas and never come back. I went to the Salvation Army in Denver, Colorado one year. One of my dear friends, Ricky Lopez, he allowed me to come visit him and stay with him for a little while. So I did. My sister was now living there. She was always working, didn't really have time. So if I wasn't looking after my little nephew, I would be with Ricky Lopez, training with him, staying at his place. So this particular time, Ricky told me there's a boxing gym over there with Ron Lyle, bro. So we ended up going to the Salvation Army. It was the gym with Ron Lyle. I was there consistently every day for about 3 months. Says, hey kid, I see you walk in that door every day with the babies. Is that your son? I'm like, oh no, no, sir. No. It's my nephew. That's Isaac. Well, I see that every time you're working so hard. You don't ever complain. You mind your business. You go, you hit your bag, your speed bag. The moment that baby cries, you give him his binkies. He says, what do you want to do in life? I said, I'm going to be the world champion, sir. He says, I know you will. He says, I want to take you on. I want to take you training X, Y, and Z. And I go, whoa. You know who I am? And I said, yeah, you're the owner of the gym, Mr. Ron. Coach Ron. He says, I'm Ron Lyle. I beat the SHI out of Muhammad Ali back in his time. I said, huh? Wait, what? Yeah, man, they robbed me. I go, huh? So now I'm at a gym one day with the visitor pass. ESPN Classics is on. I look up and it's Coach Ron Lyle. And he's fighting Muhammad Ali. I'm like, oh my goodness. I see the fight and I can see why Coach Ron said he got robbed, man. But man, wow. Coach Ron took me under his wing, man. He taught me some tricks in that he had within himself. And he sent me to the Junior Olympics. I came back to gold medals. From there I was discovered by a guy named Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia offered me to come to California. He gave me an opportunity of a lifetime, But when you grow up, you start growing and you start realizing, some people, they're different. So we grew apart. There was disagreements. I knew I wanted to go my way, and I didn't align with their beliefs. And my beliefs are different. Theirs were different, and I went my way, and here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Victor, you've had such an incredible story. I'm excited for the next chapters that you've still got left to write in BKB. But before I let you go, is there anything else that you would like to mention?
No, I just want to say all glory be to God, Jesus Christ. Thank you all for tuning in and watching.